So this is our cook stove. It's currently operating, as you can see, the fire in the firebox, and we are cooking quinoa and soup. So the fire is going quite well at this point. We started it probably about half an hour ago. So the dampers are both set almost closed. And as this fire continues to build up, and after we finish cooking, I'll probably close them all the way by sliding these closed. We find that when we start the fire, we typically have them fully open, and we might even crack the door a tiny bit to get a draft happening, but that's just because our chimney is really long. We never have any issues starting a fire. It starts really well. And yeah, so that's running pretty well. So I'll turn those back down. The top of the stove, we typically use this side for things that need to boil, like rice, pasta, bringing things to a boil. And then if we need to, we might move this over. This is looking like it's pretty done anyway, so I would move that over here to just kind of stay warm. Things that are kind of in a middle zone, like soup, we would maybe put here just kind of to the right, on the right burner. The oven we use quite a bit. At the moment it's not quite up to temperature. It's at about 100 degrees Celsius. We find that it usually takes about half an hour to warm up, say to about 350 on the top shelf. I've put a Fahrenheit thermometer on the inside of the oven. It's currently in the roasting pan. And you can see at that level it's currently 300, so I'd say up at the top here it would be about 350, so I could maybe make cookies in there or something. And right now this is actually closed, so I would open that if I was looking to heat this up more. By opening this up, I'm allowing more heat to come into the oven side, and so then I could get the top rack there to something even up to say 450 or close to 500 for cooking things like pizza. We also use in the oven the bottom, like at the bottom shelf basically here, we can use for warming up, say, breads or something. If I was going to do that, I would close this all the way so that there's minimal heat in the oven. You don't want to, cook the bread if it's already cooked. But if it's just to warm it up, we'd put it, in tin foil on the bottom shelf there. As far as maintenance, we do oil the top of the stove every couple weeks just to reduce the amount of rust that develops. And that would be using something like, say, even cooking lard on the stove when it's cool and just kind of letting that absorb. We use lard because it doesn't smoke and it doesn't smell. But there's other things that other folks might use. We just keep the front clean of ashes. So I would just sweep up that little bit of ashes, empty the ash drawer when it gets full, which is in here and underneath down there. So we would pull that out when the fire, of course, is not running. Empty the ashes and cleaning food off the surface here. If it does spill over, like we have something boil over, then we would just kind of scrape the food off and then clean it once the stove has cooled down. Other than that, it's pretty low maintenance. We use this every day in the winter. You can see, we do have like oil spots and things on the chimney. That's just from us cooking. We love our cook stove. It's great.